Please be seated. Presiding Chancellor, graduates, guests and members of the university community, good morning and welcome. I'm Jackie Wise, Executive Director of the Lifetime Learner Experience Unit. Graduations are one of the university's most important events, and we're delighted to have resumed them in 2022. On occasion, the university seeks to honour those whose contributions have made an extraordinary impact upon society, and today the university will bestow an honorary award upon one such individual. I would like to introduce you to the official party on stage today. Seated at the centre of the stage is Dr. Jack Steele, UTS Council member, who will preside over this ceremony. The presiding Chancellor is joined today by Mr. Warren Hogan, who will be awarded a Doctor of Business honoris causa. Mr. Hogan will also deliver today's occasional address. Mr. Ian Watt, Deputy Vice-Chancellor and Vice-President International, Mr. Glenn Whitewick, Deputy Vice-Chancellor and Vice-President Enterprise, Professor Peter Szyminski, Head of the UTS Business School's Economic Discipline Group, who will be presenting graduates, and the other people seated on stage, professors, academics and professional staff from faculties and institutes who have all played a part in the success of today's graduates. It gives me great pleasure to invite Dr. Jack Steele, Presiding Chancellor, to formally open proceedings.
Good morning, everybody. In the name of the Council, I declare this congregation of the University of Technology, Sydney, duly assembled. On behalf of the University of Technology, Sydney, before we begin the proceedings, and on behalf of all of those present, I'd like to acknowledge and pay respect to the traditional owners of the land on which we meet, the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation. It's upon their ancestral land that UTS stands. Similarly, I'd also like to pay respect to the elders past, present, acknowledging them as the traditional custodians of knowledge in this place. In this graduation ceremony, we will celebrate the conferral of awards upon graduates of the UTS Business School and the Faculty of Health. So, as we all know, today's ceremony marks a great achievement for the graduates, also recognises the support which they have had received from family and friends, many of whom are here today, and a very great welcome to you. We warmly welcome you all, and together we celebrate the achievements of the graduates. I now ask Mr. Ian Watt, Deputy Vice-Chancellor and Vice-President International, to present a candidate for the Doctor of Business honoris causa.
Presiding Chancellor, the Council of the University has established the award of Doctor of Business honoris causa to be made to persons who, in its opinion, have made an outstanding contribution to professional practice in a discipline of interest to the university. Presiding Chancellor, I present to you Mr. Warren Hogan. Mr. Warren Hogan has had an illustrious career as a highly respected economist. He continues to consult with corporations and government entities on economic policies. He's currently the Managing Director and founder of EQ Economics, a consultancy specialising in economic, market and industry analysis. He's also an economic advisor to Judo Bank. Mr. Hogan holds a Bachelor of Economics and Finance honours from Macquarie University in 1994. Mr. Hogan is a regular contributor to Australian and international media. He's regarded as one of Australia's top economic analysts and commentators on the Australian economy and business decision making. With a strong focus on forecasting and prediction, Mr. Hogan values critical thinking, open-mindedness and plain speaking. Theoretical foundations, historical precedent and statistical evidence are at the centre of his approach to economic problem solving. Mr. Hogan's first role out of university was with the New South Wales Treasury Corporation, as a graduate economist, where he was swiftly promoted to economist and then to Treasury strategist by his third year due to his deep understanding of the intricacies of financial markets. He moved to industry and joined Westpac Institutional Bank and then to Credit Suisse in 2000, where he was chief economist and head of interest rate research. From 2009 to 2016, Mr. Hogan was a chief economist at the ANZ Bank, where he built a formidable team of economists and analysts around the world to support ANZ's expanding Asia business and global clientele. In 2016, Mr. Hogan was appointed a principal advisor to the Australian Government's Treasury, supporting various Treasury functions, including the Macroeconomic Group and the Foreign Investment Review Board. Mr. Hogan's made a lasting contribution to the UTS Business School, where he's mentored academic staff, resulting in significant improvements in the external engagement and public profile of the school's research academics. He's jointly published with many UTS academics, including 19 articles for The Conversation. He was first appointed as an adjunct professor in 2016, then as an industry professor in 2018 to 2020. In these roles, the UTS Business School was able to leverage his world-class expertise and senior executive experience in distilling economic insight and reaching the broad community as an expert in economics and finance. His profile has led to a wider audience for the UTS Business School's research, particularly through the popular events he has hosted over the years. Throughout the COVID-19 pandemic, Mr. Hogan's position became crucial to UTS's community outreach. During this time, he hosted and spoke at a number of economic workshops on the COVID-19 pandemic. He also represented UTS in providing policy advice to the New South Wales Government on the COVID-19 situation and briefed the university's senior executive regularly on approaches to handling the economic ramifications of the pandemic. It's a great honour for the University of Technology Sydney to confer Mr. Warren Hogan with an Honorary Doctor of Business, in recognition of his high professional standing in economics and his outstanding contributions to UTS and the Australian business and finance sectors. Presiding Chancellor, in recognition of his distinguished contribution, I ask you to admit Warren Hogan to the degree of Doctor of Business honoris causa.
By the authority vested in me by the Council of the University of Technology Sydney, I admit Warren Hogan to the degree of Doctor of Business honoris causa. I now invite Professor Peter Siminski, Head of Economics Discipline Group, UTS Business School, to present graduates.
Presiding Chancellor, I invite graduates to stand. Presiding Chancellor, the UTS Council has resolved that candidates recommended to it by the faculty boards of the UTS Business School and Health as eligible for awards have completed all requirements of the course of study approved by the boards and have conferred these awards upon them. Presiding Chancellor, I now present those graduates from the UTS Business School and Faculty of Health who are here before you to acknowledge the awards for which they have qualified.
On behalf of the Council of the University of Technology Sydney, I congratulate graduates on their achievements in obtaining the awards for which they have qualified.
Graduates, please be seated. Chancellor, we now present to you our coursework graduates receiving awards today.
The following students have graduated with the Master of Business Analytics: Michael Abelev, Cristiano Kochenborger, Jun Yan Lai, Yu Kun Wei, Rui In, Wai In Yuan, Master of Business Analytics Extension, Yan Lu Chen, Anmal Mittal, Master of Finance, Lin Hui Dong, Anirudh Trivedi, Richard Yusri Habashi, Yasser Albert Hadid, Bao Ying Huang, Wei Huang, Hubert Jayanirijan Jesuratnam, Peng Liu, Su Ting Liu, Kwok Kang Pham, Huai Chin, Prashant Ratnabala, Irina Romanova, Zhe Pei Song, Ying Ying Tao, Hudson Trenier, Yi Tong Wang, Chun Xiang Zhuo, Bachelor of Business with distinction, Bachelor of Creative Intelligence and Innovation, Christopher James Caprioli. Candace Robin Jackson. Bachelor of Business with Credit, Bachelor of Creative Intelligence and Innovation, Liam Petchel. Bachelor of Business with Distinction, Marley Alexander Redmond de Castro. Tang Gao. Isabella Harriet. Leonard Paul Herrera. Chloe Hildebrand. Claudia Hunter. William James Kent. Chloe Paul. Michelle Stephanie Prajogo. Daniel Karbeck Warren. Shulei Shu. Bachelor of Business with Credit, Carla Bumelhelm. Philgrace Castro Clamonte. Chantel Maricor Cowbell. Allegra Cole. Jonathan Din. Christopher M. Noel. Ina Sophia Dorothy Eugene. Elaine Gann. Darren Garnadi. Jessie Kaya Hutchins. Mai Tak Bin Huyn. Madeline Elaine Yvonne Johnston. Shoraya Kater. Tru Kai Lin. Yi Min Lin. Chua Yi Ma. Jade Lone McCatton. Emma Kathleen McMurtry. Tu Chang Nguyen. Avishek Anvil Prasad. Juan Rama Priyanto. Matthew Taveniti. Kenneth Lance Uy. Bei Chen Wu. Hao Han Shah. Zixuan Yin. Bachelor of Business, Muhammad Arsalan Afzal. Jasmine Suyin Bartlett. Victoria Chronarakis. Morgan Eliza Demento Scott. Angelica Jefferson. Dionysios Katarakis. Shailene Kumar. Ian Chok In Lai. Kendrick Lloyd Lee. Ling Tai Liao. Rebecca Lin. Linda Pham. Terence Sapkas. Bachelor of Economics with Distinction, Edvard Adam Renko. Ramiro Rojas. Bachelor of Economics with Credit, Chrisma Maskey. Bachelor of Economics, Rafaya Akram. Brice Bautista. Matthew Haywood. Daniel Shankar Reddy. James Ian Woolford. From the Faculty of Health, Bachelor of Nursing with Credit, Nikki Huynh. Bachelor of Business with Credit, Michelle Onko Wijoyo. Bachelor of Business with Distinction, Thuy An Nguyen. Bachelor of Business, Meng Jie Gao.
Presiding Chancellor, this concludes the presentation of graduates.
On behalf of all at the University of Technology, Sydney, I would again like to say a huge congratulations to our new graduates. But you know, just as important, a congratulations to your family and friends who've given their support, love and understanding during your studies, and particularly taking into account the circumstances in which you've been doing that over the last few years. So finishing a degree is a major milestone, and we don't underestimate the hard work and sacrifices that you've made in reaching this goal. You should be very proud of what you've achieved, and your university is certainly very proud of you. So your graduation is one of the most important moments in your life, and it brings both opportunities and also challenges. The opportunities have really never been bigger. UTS graduates are held, I'm pleased to say, are held in very high esteem by employers, not only because of the quality of the education you've received, but also because of the university's very practical nature. Conversely, the challenges in the workplace have never been greater. The scrutiny and the expectations of society are already high and are continuing to grow. So I'd urge you all to maintain the highest level of professional and personal integrity as you use your degree. To be prepared to confront with courage the inevitable ethical dilemmas as they arise, and remember the caution that the behaviour you walk past is the behaviour that you accept. Beyond the opportunities and challenges I've just talked about, the graduation signals that you've gained new knowledge. use it wisely and responsibly, ensure that your impact is a positive one, that you seem to contribute, not to be just a taker. I say this particularly because you're graduates of the University of Technology. We all know that technology can certainly be applied for good, but also we need to be aware of the unexpected, unintended consequences of the use of technology. And even more importantly, the applications of technology which are intentionally not benign. There will be times, however, when knowledge alone is actually just not enough. When you need to make judgments, where the answer is not clear. So we all know that judgment's informed by experience, particularly the experience made through making mistakes. We all make mistakes, but they provide the best learning experience and build the reserves of judgment from which we can later draw. So UTS's challenge, my challenge to you here today, is to make sure you make enough space and time to acquire and deepen your judgment skills. You're not going to expect the next sentence. Turn off the laptop and the iPhone. Just think. Once you get past that initial twitching, you'll be able to actually concentrate on a few things that otherwise would have been just the distraction from the screen. Think about the questions that you need to ask. Think about the answers you need to receive and come to. Think about the judgment calls that you need to make. Be courageous about it. And finally, we hope that your relationship with UTS doesn't end today with this ceremony and these photos. Your career will evolve in multiple dimensions, requiring new and continuous learning. We're very focused on how we can support you in that, our alumni, in your lifelong learning needs. So now we welcome you to the global UTS alumni community, currently about 245,000 strong globally. Please stay involved and stay in touch. Remember, our alumni office is your lifelong connection to UTS. So once again, may I just congratulate you again, wish you every success in applying the skills and knowledge that you have gained from our world-class institution. So, it's my pleasure to now invite Mr. Warren Hogan, Honorary Doctor of Business, to deliver the occasional address.
So I'd like to begin by acknowledging the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation, the traditional custodians of the land, and pay respects to the elders past, present and emerging. My thanks to the Presiding Chancellor, the Presiding Deputy Chancellor, the Director, the Dean of the Business School's representative, Professor Saminsky, members of the University Executive and Council, former colleagues from the Business School, staff, family, friends, and of course graduates. I would also like to pay tribute to the academics from all around the world who have come to UTS over the years to collaborate, to teach and to study. And finally, I'd like to thank my wife Samantha, her father, my father-in-law, Barry, my daughter Madison, and my brother Alan for being here today. It is a great honour to be receiving this award today and to be delivering this occasional address. Over the last 30 years, essentially my working life, UTS has emerged as one of the world's top universities. Sitting right beside Australia's most important business district, UTS blends the finest academic pursuits in research and teaching with a modern engagement of business and government and, of course, outstanding postgraduate programs. Now, one would think a short speech to a graduating class would be easy for someone like myself. I do presentations on the economy week in, week out. I appear on live TV and I am regularly grilled by business executives and money managers about my views on the economy on a regular basis. But I rarely talk about my personal experience. It's always the economy, the markets, government policy. I'm more than happy to speak about that today, but it's probably not appropriate. Although I will say the economy is doing pretty well. Our recovery from the pandemic is progressing quickly. Businesses are investing, consumers are spending. Despite the rising cost of living, the unemployment rate is near 50-year lows, as is youth unemployment and underemployment. Workforce participation is at all-time highs. There are more job vacancies than unemployed to practically fill them. This should be celebrated. This is the best jobs market for graduates in decades. Organisations right across Australia are competing fiercely to attract the best young minds of this generation. There are economic challenges, to be sure, but we are fortunate that our economy is creating the jobs that people need to earn an income. I am a business economist, and although I have spent time working in academia and government, the focus of my work has been to support the business decision making. I do this by watching economic and financial developments closely. I combine theoretical foundations, most of which I learnt in my undergraduate degree, with structured data analysis and talking to people at the coalface of the economy. This mix helps me to piece together the various forces impacting the economy to produce a coherent set of views about what the future could hold. Projections, forecasts, scenarios, my work tries to enhance decision making by making the future a little clearer than it otherwise would be. But to quote one of the great modern philosophers, the Jedi Master Yoda, impossible to see, the future is. Always in motion is the future. And maybe that is why I have been kept so busy in recent years. A volatile world today gives people the impression of an even more uncertain future. People crave certainty, and a better understanding of the future is a critical part of that process. The more we know about tomorrow, the better the decision making, or the better the decisions we will make today. However, I have learnt, sometimes the hard way, that we shouldn't become too confident of our forecasts. We simply do not know what will happen in the future. As Yoda says, always in motion, difficult to see. All too often we focus on the worst outcomes when thinking about the future. Plan for the worst, hope for the best is a common and sensible business strategy. But to focus on what could go wrong makes the future an unnecessarily scary place. The future, just like the past, is filled with more good than bad. My advice is don't worry too much about the future. Get today right and the future will take care of itself. In terms of your careers, secure your future by focusing on the present. The graduating class of 2022 seems to be facing a particularly uncertain future. We are experiencing major changes throughout the economy and society in the wake of the pandemic. The global geopolitical order is unstable. There appears to be no shortage of things to worry about: environmental concerns, rising inflation, government finances, even the state of our democracy. These are great challenges, to be sure, but there have always been great challenges. Year after year, I hear economic policymakers and political leaders say that the current outlook is more uncertain than usual. Well, that actually can't happen. My message is that the future is always uncertain, and we shouldn't try to convince ourselves otherwise, for good or for bad. Uncertainty is a part of life, and that is because we don't know what the future holds. We cannot ignore the future, but we shouldn't let it get in the way of today. Yes, the future is incredibly difficult to predict with any clarity, but one thing is for sure: you can make your own future happen. Your future is up to you. Building anything is all about the foundations. In graduating today, you have laid a great foundation for your career. You have taken an incredibly important step in creating your own future. A university degree gives you more than just skills and knowledge. It gives you more than a qualification. It gives you an education. Throughout your degree, you have learnt how to learn. You now have the analytical and research skills for lifelong learning, both in the workplace and through further studies. And because of this, your degree is a platform from which to build your career. Tiger Woods dominated world golf for more than a decade, but in that time, Tiger had a lesson from his coach most days and hit thousands of practice balls each week. What does that tell us about success? Never stop learning, and practice makes perfect. The best way to ensure your future career path is to focus on doing the job at hand as well as you can. Yes, you should always have an eye on where you want to go with your career, what job you would like to do, and the skills you need to get there. But most importantly, do the best you can today. This not only maximises your professional development, it puts you in the best possible position for new opportunities. Promotions and new challenges come to those that do their job well. It's simple. Keep an eye on the future, but focus on today. Seize the day, and extraordinary life awaits. Thank you.
I'd like to thank our speaker, Mr. Warren Hogan, for his occasional address on this important day for you all as UTS graduates. As Warren said, you're fortunate in many ways in that you're entering the best jobs market that I can ever remember, certainly a very different one from the one I graduated into. And your UTS degrees have prepared you both to contribute to building a prosperous future for Australia and for building your own careers. And I think Warren's advice to focus on the present and let the future take care of itself is a really good thing to keep in your minds. So in conclusion, let me say that the best wishes and pride of the university go with each and every UTS graduate. Congratulations again.
Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the formal proceedings for today. And while I'm no predictor of the future, I do forecast photographs and celebratory lunches ahead. So with that, I ask that you rise for the academic procession. Thank you.